Welcome to the Newsfeed. I'm Paris Jackson. Since taking office more than a year ago, Washington Attorney General Nick Brown has joined or filed about 4 dozen lawsuits against the Trump administration. The AG's office says these efforts are to fight for the civil rights and privacy of Washingtonians. Brown is one of many attorneys general balking at the administration's executive actions and policies. I sat down with Brown to learn what cases he prioritizes to take to court and his message for Washingtonians.
We are living in unprecedented times, watching the encroachment of people's civil rights. Many who had attended the No Kings protests across Washington say they believe our democracy is collapsing. How do you see it?
Yeah, I share that fear. And I don't say that easily. I started my career as an Army lawyer in uniform, serving my country, worked for many years for the Department of Justice, worked for the state as the governor's lawyer, and now as the Attorney General for the state. I believe in the power of government to help people, but I think under no uncertain terms, we're dealing with a president and an administration that consistently breaks the law, damages our founding principles as Americans, and really acts with malice towards the entire country. And so when we see those things, it's really important for us as elected leaders, as community leaders, to push back against that. And I didn't come into office hoping to sue the president as many times as we had. We were now at almost 50 cases that we've brought against the administration. But we only do that when we see harm being done to Washingtonians and Washington institutions or agencies, and when the president's acting illegally.
A continuation of this topic, because historically the Attorney General's office, the job is focused on what's happening here inside the state, and now a lot of your focus has shifted toward federal policies that affect the state. How do you set priorities with finite resources and time?
Well, let me push back on that premise. Every single case that we bring against the federal government is because of the impact on Washington. So in my first year as the Attorney General, we've protected $15 billion in cuts to Washington. That's things that would have reduced education benefits to Washington, healthcare resources, environmental resources, climate protection. And my sort of test in every case that we bring against the government is the president doing something that's illegal or unconstitutional, and does it impact Washington? If it doesn't impact Washington, we're not involved.
Since you've been in office, about 50 cases or so that you've taken on against the Trump administration. What cases are you keeping a close eye in that sense? But then are there some cases right here in the state that you are looking at?
This is like asking me which of my children I love the best. The very first case that we brought against the administration was challenging their attempt to redefine what it means to be an American through the birthright citizenship clause of the 14th Amendment. It's hard to sort of find a case that's more impactful than what it means to be a citizen of this country. But every single one of our cases is going to have an impact in different ways. But also, we do so many things here in our state courts. And so there are many things that we're focused on. For me, it's the worker rights issues that I'm really trying to prioritize, both through our policy and litigation, and the housing space, because there's so many issues across the state, no matter where I go, big communities, small communities that are worried about the rising cost of housing.
I'm Paris Jackson. Thank you for watching the Newsfeed, your destination for nonprofit Northwest news. Go to CascadePBS.org for more.